Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warcraft Classic. Robert Rambles here, and as always, especially now, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a little while since I've been on WoW, and I actually haven't been putting out content as frequently as I would like in any case on any game. And the reason for that is I've had a lot of things going on in life, unfortunately, beyond everything that we're already all subjected to, and beyond the fact I live in the United States, which is probably the most terrifying place to exist in right now, beyond all of that, I mentioned in a couple other videos, I think sometime last week, that I had been staying elsewhere, that I had actually set my rig up there. Well, yeah, basically I'd gotten sick of, I'd spent about 2.5 months straight at my apartment. And I was feeling like I needed to get out, get around people, so I decided to go. Thankfully, was allowed to stay with probably the two most important people in the world to me. So after staying there for about 2 weeks, let's finish this bear off, I got a call from my landlord for my apartment last Wednesday, and he was calling to tell me that my apartment building caught on fire and burned. The fire started in the unit above mine, so my wonderful neighbors, who have been just wonderful contributors to noise pollution for the past 2 years, it seems like they had some kind of accident or somehow managed to blow up the furnace in their unit, which caused an outpouring of flames. The unit is no longer safe for anybody to inhabit. The building cannot be entered. I haven't even been allowed to see the building or the inside or my things to see if I even own anything besides the things that I'm looking at right in front of me, which thankfully were the most important things I'd brought with me. And so yeah, it's been kind of a crazy time. I'm staying somewhere, so I do have a place to stay. All my important technology bits are here somehow. My rig is here, my work computer is here, I have a television here, I have my Kindle, and I have about 3 sets of clothes and 1 pair of hiking boots. And that's about all I have to my name at the moment. It's been very surreal. And I knew that once I got on and made a WoW video, I would have to talk about it. So I guess maybe I've kind of been putting it off. It's not easy for me to talk about difficult things when they're happening specifically to me. And by difficult, I mean I can talk about it, I usually don't like to. I don't like to talk about the personal perils that I'm in. But in this case, I feel like it's important for you guys to know, because you've no doubt heard a difference in the recordings because I'm recording from somewhere else. You've probably noticed that I have not been putting out the same number of WoW content that I have up until very recently. And it's basically been kind of preparing for this conversation to let you guys know what's been going on with me.
It's too far away.
Thankfully, everyone got out of the building okay. So the building was a historic building, and it has 12-foot ceilings. It only had 4 different units, and one of the units was already vacated. So only 3 of the units, including mine, were occupied, and I wasn't there at the time that everything happened. I got the phone call later, so everyone that was there got out. They're all fine. But from what I can tell, and their reluctance to let anybody inside the building, I'm assuming at this point that everything in there is a total loss. If it wasn't originally, from what I saw of the building walking by, the water damage from when they had to spray through the windows to put out the blaze upstairs, the water damage would probably have ruined anything down in my unit, even if the smoke and fire did not. So I'm not very optimistic. I actually have to wait until sometime this coming week to even be able to see inside my old unit, while the building's insurance company tries to see what money they can get out of the whole deal, I guess. I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is now I'm officially homeless. And I have a Patreon. Probably only temporary, I hope. I don't know how things are going to shake down. But I'll try to keep you guys posted. Right now, everything is as okay as it can be, because here we are. I have all the stuff I need to keep doing the things that I love. And so I consider myself incredibly lucky to have gotten out with the things that I did. Just randomly having moved some of my stuff over the last couple weeks, And then to have there be this fire that renders the building unusable is it's a lot with everything else that's already going on in the world. You'll notice that I did some grinding and I got the rest of our lion's blood. I'm going to head back over and see if we can find the farmers again. We're level 26 now, so I'm kind of hoping that gives us a little bit of an edge. Though obviously I don't know that it will. We'll find out. And it's absolutely incredible in these situations when you see people who are like in service or customer service, or usually they're there to try to like help you, how quickly they go into self-preservation mode whenever anything bad happens to them. For instance, my landlord, the conversation I had was about 1 minute and 20 seconds long. And at the heart of it all, he was just driving at trying to find out if I had a place to stay or if their company was going to have to foot a hotel bill for me. And basically, as soon as the words came out of my mouth that I did have a place to stay, he told me he'd let me know what was happening in the future and essentially hung up on me. So I guess he had met his legal obligation there, and that was the end of the conversation. And then trying to reach out to him the past few days to see when I could see inside the unit and see if any of my stuff has survived has been impossible. And then finally he responded to me yesterday saying that his insurance company was still tearing through the place, and that no one was going to be in till the earliest of Monday. So I shared a few choice words of mine to him about how basically inhumane and uncaring and absurd that stance was to let an insurance company run the whole place for a week and not let any tenants see inside their unit. He responded with one line of text to my 3 paragraphs. Always a good sign. That lets you know you have a good communication connection with somebody. When you give them 3 emotional paragraphs about how you don't understand why you can't even go see if you have pants or shoes that are still wearable, and they respond with a single sentence that states they will follow up with you in the next week. It's been a shit show of a time. I've learned to be much more judicious about where I live in Kansas City, Missouri. And also I've learned a lot about renter's insurance in the last couple days that I didn't know before. So if you're wondering where I've been at or what I've been doing and why I've been away from WoW, that's one of the reasons why. So I'm looking for these 2 farmers. You can see that I made my way back over here and I fought a bunch of guys. Didn't get the farmers though. Was kind of hoping that we would run into players in the area. Yesterday there were plenty of people in the area just doing whatever. Obviously not so much today. Oh, that was not the right button. I changed my keybinds the other night, so bear with me. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, well, shit.
I don't have a target.
Yeah, you don't have a target. You're basically fucked. Let's just try to run away. I've done so much running away. Yesterday when I was playing to get the mountain lion blood and these farmers, I don't like running away. I think I talked about this. I think I talked about this in the last one. I hate having to run away from everything. It's 2 guys. It's 2 guys I wish we had a way to stand and fight, you know? The pacing does start to get to me, that's true. And people say like, you know, well Robert, the reason things go so slow is because you were playing basically 3 different characters. Well, my answer to that is that yeah, I kind of get burned out on one character and their mechanics after a while, especially because things are so slow. And coming from a background where I grew up playing traditional RPGs where you kind of get to have one of the archetypes in your party at all times, and you get to see a bunch of different classes in a single playthrough. You know, I'm used to having a party consisting of a tank, a mage, a healer, and then you switch to single player games later in your life and you're like, oh, I can play one of those awesome classes. And sometimes that's not enough, and so I think that's why I've always been drawn to alts. When I was younger, I would roll up a bunch of alts and I would write fan fiction basically, where they were all in a party together taking on adventures in whatever town I happened to be questing in. But that was when I was much younger and had so much free time. I was not appreciative enough of the free time I had to do pointless creative projects like that as a kid. Let's group with Belly here, Belai, whatever. And I guess he knows something we don't. He probably knows that one of the farmers is going to respawn right here in this room, looking for Ray, and gets... We're looking for both of them. I have a feeling that he probably already has Gets. I think Gets is in that farm. His guild name is I Left My Girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, I saw him once. I want to nod. Nodded at the I nodded at the farmer I had targeted way outside. How hilarious is that? That's about as good as I could do. Dude, now put... Oh, is he a priest? Oh, he is a priest. What a lucky asshole. Just kidding. You know I love you, Belly. No, I've been regretting my initial choice to not roll a priest. I had started a priest on day one. I did a little bit of streaming on it on Twitch. Thought that I was going to level the priest just in my own free time, that it would probably be the first character I got to 60. And then I realized that I didn't have time to level a classic character on my own and get out recordings. And then the priest just kind of fell by the wayside. He was already like level 12 or 15 by the time I realized that. I didn't want to work him into a YouTube series. And that was when I decided to start the warrior up and continue with the warrior. But sometimes I do miss my priest. This is like the one creature who's just never going to respawn, of course. We don't need anything else, so it's pointless to go kill random mobs. You can see by our experience that I already did a little bit of farming. Not a lot. What I was really working towards was to get that 5 gold for us to be able to respec, and like... God, I keep thinking about that respec cost. That's so punishing. I kind of get, like, your choices should matter. You should never spend talent points willy-nilly. But God, you know, talk about why new players might have been completely baffled and turned off by their experience, you know. You put a couple of points into something that you later deem that you don't need, or God forbid, like me, you switch back and forth a couple of times because you want to try things out. You're broke, and you can't afford to be broke. Because before you know it, you're going to be level 40, and you're going to need 100 gold you don't have for a mount you're not going to get. And when you don't get that mount at level 40, that just really hurts your progress and your motivation to keep playing. It's not easy, kids. It's not easy to suffer through World of Warcraft Classic. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Go back to sleep, I guess. On the wrong way on the bed. Look at how we sleep. I actually take naps like that. Not at this angle on my bed, but very similar to that. And I do that so that I don't roll onto one of my arms. And you know when you roll a little bit onto your shoulder, and it puts your entire arm to sleep, and then you wake up and it slaps you in the face when you try to raise it above your head? Yeah, so when I lay down for naps, I take a similar posture. Creepily enough, I don't cross my arms. I think I keep them at my sides. But I don't splay out, you know. I make it so that my body can't just roll itself over, essentially. Waking up with dead limbs is no fun. This is how much time we've had up here. We've had enough time to talk about how I nap. That's... You're getting into uncomfortable territory, guys. I've already told you that my apartment burned down. I don't know what other personal things I'm willing to divulge right now. Oh, hi. Let's fucking get rid of you. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm up here casting a pyroblast at your face. Uh-huh. Well, there's one down. Why are we, like, glowing? Oh, we're too zoomed into our bubble. That's what it is. It's totally normal.
That's still recharging. I need more mana. That spell isn't ready yet. My mana is low. I can't cast that yet. Still recharging. Not enough mana. That spell isn't ready yet. I'm out of range.
Alright, so we still haven't had Ray or Guts respawn for us. Yeah, these slower quests, man, they will really just stop you in your tracks from leveling. And there's just more and more of them. The higher level you get, I mean, depending on the zone that you're in, there's more and more of these spread out quests that you're looking for one item or you're trying to find one named guy and he's either being farmed out or just has the lowest spawn rate that you could basically hope for. And if by hope for I mean dread, because who wants to wait 20 minutes for one guy to respawn? I certainly don't. Can I get some water? You can get some water, man. Yeah, I'll give you some water. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a bad mage. I don't even know how to mage. Let's take 20 for now. I wish we were at least doing like elite quests or something together. That would be fun if we were fighting elites. Fighting these guys is not fun or entertaining to me. I gotta go check the other house. I mean, there's another house far off over here. I wonder if I could check that too, but I swear to God he ran out of here one time, didn't he? You guys remember that, right? Oh! Yeah, he's in there. He's in there. He's gonna come with a bunch of his friends. I don't know if I can do this on my own. Necessarily. Okay, if I pull him out, and then I freeze and sheep, right? Oh, shit.
My mana is low.
This is a shit show.
That's still recharging.
I am, Let me be careful with what I say next. Because I'm at a point where the mage class is actually really annoying me. And it's annoying me for a lot of different reasons. And I don't know if there's a way within the mage class to fix those reasons. Oh good, a short sword of stamina. And you know what, did we get Ray? Oh, we got Geds. Okay, we did get this guy. I didn't kill him, so the priest must have helped out with that. Oh, okay, good. We got credit for him. I mean, we're making progress here, but this is painful, guys.
That's still recharging. My mana is low.
My mana is low. My mana is low. It's low. It's so low. It's abysmally low. It's always low. It's low. Guys, my mana's low. Watch out behind you, dude!
I need more mana.
Whew. Alright, well that was a close one. He's out of mana. We're out of mana, obviously, because we're always out of mana. Haven't you heard her? She won't shut up about it. Doesn't even let us finish saying thanks. I guess I'm too long-winded. I don't know. I like to, sometimes type in full sentences, but I get that that's not the way things are done. Yeah, and so after a lot of grinding yesterday, so I did a lot of grinding, which means I fought a lot of monsters. Some of them were farmers, some of them were the cats for the mountain blood, and literally like my most optimal, fuck this, my most optimal rotation just leaves us below half mana every time, and then it isn't safe to follow up with another kill because you could do that unless you pull a second, and then you're screwed. And so you literally have to drink to full after every fight right now. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get it that there's probably some choices, like, I don't know, maybe I could take wand specialization and wand everything down. I don't want to do that. That could be a way to save mana. At ease, Mage. I see you have returned from battle. My sources tell me you performed well on the Hillsbrad front. Battle of Hillsbrad continued. Word of the attack on the northern farms has the townfolk panicked. Most excellent. Our Deathstalkers report peasants fleeing to the fields in southern Hillsbrad. The fools think they can hide in the orchards and escape their doom. Prove them wrong. Return to Hillsbrad fields and seek out the cowering peasants. Lay waste to them in the name of our Dark Lady. Dismissed. 15 peasants. Oh good, now we're killing peasants. That's
Goodbye.
just very heroic and wonderful. It's amazing that the person that we were and the things that we've done in our life, we eventually become the champion of Azeroth. That doesn't seem right, but that is in fact canonically what happens.
What now?
And then we have Deathguard Humbert. Humbert's sword. High Executioner Dathalia sent me to keep watch on Dungarak from a distance. I had set up camp just out of sight, but when morning came I had to boil water. I left to gather firewood. When I returned to camp I discovered my gear was missing. Apparently some dwarven scouts from Dungarak had passed by and made off with it. I need my sword. If you can get it back for me I would be so grateful. So many dwarves there. It will be quite difficult to find the dirty little thief who stole it. He looks like he has a perfectly serviceable sword in his hand. He also talked about having to boil water in the morning? Is that like because he's gonna drink it? Do Forsaken need to drink water and eat food? And furthermore, would he care if the water was properly boiled and disinfected? No, high on marinara? I'd rather be high on other things, so we're gonna pass. Now we have all kinds of quests popping up.
This had better be good.
Deathguard Samsa, Souvenirs of Death. I hear you were enlisted by Darthalia to wage war on the humans of Hillsbrad. So jealous am I. While you're off having all the fun slaying humans, pillaging the town, terrorizing innocent people, I'm stuck standing guard here in Terran Mill. Perhaps you'll take pity on an old Deathguard like myself. You see, I am collecting human skulls, and you will be fighting humans for quite some time. Over the course of your long battle, bring me 30 skulls, and I will make it worth your while. I mean, what would be worth my while is to not have 30 human skulls in my bag.
Embrace the shadow.
Okay. I mean, we're the bad guys, you know? You say, like, well, the Horde isn't bad necessarily, and the Alliance isn't necessarily good, but there are factions within the Horde that are clearly just up to doing evil-ass shit, and, like, unnecessarily evil. So we gotta kill some humans, shit happens, we're at war. Do we also have to collect their skulls for mementos? No, that's a personal choice that people make when they're evil.
This had better be good.
What did we complete for this guy? Oh, both. Elixir of Pain, done. We want... I guess we're taking the boots. And then Elixir of Pain follow-up. Nothing like the smell of fresh blood in the foothills. Now we'll mix in a touch of this and a little of that and let the real fun begin. What I have created with this blood, I like to call an Elixir of Pain. If my calculations are correct, this concoction could be the start of something very beautiful for Lady Sylvanas. But what we need is a test. Take this elixir out to the northern farm in Hillsbrad Fields to the southwest. Let's see how Farmer Ray's little dog Stanley likes this treat. It's good. And now we are torturing small animals with unproven drugs. I think the FDA would have quite a bit to say about this. I have a little bit to say. Obviously, as you can tell, I have things to say about this. I'm not exactly pleased about it either. And so Souvenirs of Death, Battle of Hillsbred. So we'll be working on these together. This, I'm waiting to buy the troll potion until we find the Murlocs or the Naga, whoever gives this to us. Humbert's Sword is an elite quest, good to know. So we only have 2 quests that we could work on for ourselves. Elixir of Pain. Where the hell does this turn in? Back at the Sepulchre? Oh no, it says complete just because we just have to click on the dog. Okay, I get it. Alright, let's have a break here. I think I've had enough of evil for today. I've let you guys know what's going on in my awesome life. Oh, look at this. Have to remember these are clickable. And yeah, I think we're going to take a break here. And we'll be back soon in World of Warcraft Classic. Not sure which character, you know how that goes. It could be anybody on any given day. But I hope you guys are out there and that you're doing well. I hope that you are safe. And I hope that you're sane. And I hope that you will join me again next time. So take care. Bye now.